What's up, everybody? ONB. Hey, look, I appreciate y'all subscribing to the channel. Do subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hit the bell icon to be notified for future videos. You know something? When you sit back and you just watch, you learn a whole lot. You know, like what the dudes do in jail. All they do is sit up and just watch everything the guards do so they know all their habits and everything. Well, after I finished finally watching the Errol Spence fight, I went and I decided to look at a bunch of Errol Spence fights before I gave a decision, before I made a video about his fight that he had with Danny Garcia. I mean, his blowout that he had with Danny Garcia. Y'all gotta excuse me. But anyway, let me talk about that fight a little bit, just a little bit, because it all ties in. So when they announced that Errol Spence was fighting Danny Garcia, I believe I don't know if I did. I don't think I did a video on it. I don't think I did. Because the one thing I did know is that Danny Garcia was going to be Danny Garcia. And there's a couple things that I heard the commentators say that kind of made sense. You know what I'm saying? Kind of made sense. But all in all, Errol Spence beat you up, Danny Garcia. He beat his ass, bro. I mean, ain't no if, no ands, or buts about it. Beat his A double. Spanked him like he was a child in the backyard, bro. I mean, the child got off every now and then, got some good hits in, but other than that, it was a spanking. Daddy said, I'm whooping your ass. And he did so. By the 5th round, Danny Garcia was a beaten fighter. He was a game fighter. You know what I'm saying? But he was beaten, bro. You could see it. It was just him looking to get a shot in here and there. Look, I'm going to get something. And you know he's a pro fighter and he's a good fighter, so he going to get his hits in. You know, he caught Errol Spence really well, but for the most part, he was whooped. Straight whooped. Now, with all them other fights that I looked at with Errol Spence this weekend, you know what I found out? I mean, I kind of knew it, but I never really looked at it like I'm looking at it now. Errol Spence is beating y'all with fundamentals. Prime example is Danny Garcia. Look at that fight. Kept a constant jab in his face, a hard one too. He knew where to place it, how to place it. He followed up. He led. He countered. He was turning to get Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? He had him confused. He had his little subtle. Now, I'm going to tell you what was good that he does. When he punches, he always have a little slight subtle movement to where he's getting away from your counter punch. And then he'll counter punch the counter puncher. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll lead. So, I mean, he was all over Danny Garcia. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he done to everybody he fought. He beat you dudes with the fundamentals, B. He just that good with him. You know what I'm saying? And also he knows other things too. I mean, boxers know when they hurt you, but not all I wouldn't say all boxers are that good at it. See, the one thing Errol Spence has that I don't hear a lot of people talking about is that Errol Spence has that instinct like the old school fighters back in the 80s, the ones who were good at hurting you and know what hurts you, know which way you turn, know how to turn, you know all your weak points and exploit it, and is real good at finding those weak points. That's Errol Spence. That's an art, y'all. That's an art. That and that cannot be taught. That's something that's something that you're born with, B. You know what I'm saying? So not only does he has the basics down, and just imagine if Errol Spence wanted to get a little fancy with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like turn you and then turn you again and pop. You know, do something that's just unorthodox. He can get away with that, bro. He has those kind of reflexes and that kind of, ability. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of good attributes, and the thing that the commentators said, what I was talking about earlier, is the commentators were saying that Danny Garcia need to move up, and I was thinking that was a bad idea, but then I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? Danny Garcia is a hard hitter. He's a very hard hitter, and when you, and I think he can probably carry that power up. And I think he's just a tad bit slow for them people at 147. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not sure what 154. Now, you got some hard hitters at 154, though, B. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yo, you go up there, you know what I'm saying? We'll see. We'll see if his chin to get tested then. I know it'll get tested at 154. You talking about a whole different ball game from 147 to 154. People think that them pounds don't make a difference. Oh, it makes a difference. I guarantee you it makes a difference. And the more you go up, it makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? But and then I started thinking about Errol Spence. I'm like, maybe he needs to move up too. But then I said, nah, there's one more little thing he need to get on out the way. So I think this needs to be closed. And that's Terrence Crawford. That's the fight that I think is next for them. Being that Terrence Crawford was at that fight with Errol Spence. And all the nonsense that Terrence Crawford been going through, I'm pretty sure that something is in the working. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on Errol Spence. You better be damn good at what you do if you're going to fight the man. OMB signing out. Peace.